And welcome back aboard the Night Bus. Magical transport for the stranded witch or wizard. I'm Corey.
Jamie.
And Jackie.
And we are here to discuss the best episode of House of the Dragon so far.
Yes.
Definitely the best.
We've already said that a couple times this season, but now we're saying it again because they just keep topping themselves.
Yeah.
The best episode out of what's been probably the best show, since
season... Well, I would say season 6 of Game of Thrones, but there has been some good shows in between there. Just maybe not quite good, as good as this, but close. The Boys has been really good.
Yeah, but it's The Boys. I mean, I like it, but probably, I don't know, man. I'd probably have to compare anticipating this every episode to like when we were watching Reacher and waiting for each one of those to come out.
I loved Reacher, but I didn't watch that weekly. You know I didn't.
I watch everything weekly because,
I did.
I'm old.
Yeah. Yeah, with Reacher, I would get myself like 2 or 3 episodes behind on purpose so I could watch a couple at once. Those episodes also wasn't as long as this. House of the Dragon, these episodes are an hour long each.
Yeah.
Where Reacher, you got 40-some minutes per episode. That's a classic, television episode length, but
it's really fun just anticipating the next episode with these.
It is with a really good show.
I've had a lot of, it's been a while since we had one of those.
Yeah,
finally got something back again.
It was Game of Thrones when the last one was. We was all sitting up here talking about it and like, I can't wait for it to come on. And then as soon as it come on the next day, we was back up here at work talking about it. Didn't have our podcast at the time, or we would have brought y'all with us.
And yeah. And I mean, you can tell everybody if you get on social media and you look at Instagram, TikTok, everybody else is the same way. Everybody's looking forward to the next one. This has got the nerd culture excited again a little bit.
I will say that when it first come on, I wasn't really enthused with it.
Well, I don't think any of us was in the beginning because the disappointment we had.
I was, just for the simple fact that I was very confident that Game of Thrones was great when they had a book to go by. When they didn't, that's when the show went downhill.
I like this.
They had a book to go by. It may be a weird book, but it's still a book to go by. So I was confident that they would get it right.
A history per se to go by, but I like, and that's something else I really like about this show is we got a history book that tells us what happened, and now we get to see behind the veil of what happened.
That's
the little stuff that led up to the big stuff, and that's the part I'm really liking.
That's why I really want them to do a show about Aegon the Conqueror.
It's coming. It's in the works. That's from what I understand.
Because that's the start of the Fire and Blood book. So,
and is it laid out like this? I never listened to it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's laid out like a history.
The whole book is laid out like that.
It's just a history of.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it's still, still something for us to learn about. Figure out the exact details. See who they make play Aegon the Conqueror. Be curious to see who that is.
Oh, it's probably not going to be who you're thinking. Although I would like that too.
I never said I wanted it to be him, but that's what everybody else is saying.
Social media is clamoring for Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Which would be great.
Yeah. I mean, if you notice, there's a few, but there's not a whole lot of American actors playing in Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. So, and most of the time it is filmed.
It's filmed overseas.
Yeah,
New Zealand
there's a lot of movies.
Is it New Zealand? I guess maybe.
With this show, I'm not sure. I know Game of Thrones. They've done most of their filming in one of those. What's that country? Slipped my mind now. And Henry Cavill's not American anyway. Henry Cavill's British, so he may.
I'm just saying they're really clamoring for Henry Cavill, but I just don't know. I mean, it'd be great if they did.
Well, he's supposed to be coming out with a new series for
Warhammer.
Yeah, he's got Warhammer coming out, so I don't believe he'd get involved with this one.
He loves Warhammer, so he's super excited about that.
And hopefully it'll be great. I know nothing about Warhammer, so
I don't know much. I've never.
So it'll be like
Phantom.
I have no. So it'll be all new to me, which is cool.
Yeah, that's what I want. Something like this. This is all new to me. I didn't listen to the book or nothing like that yet. Now, I don't mind watching it, then listening to the book to see what all I missed or they left out.
Well, again, man.
In this case, the show fills in blanks in the book. Because, again, Fire and Blood is like a history textbook. It's very much like a history textbook. So, in this case, the show is filling in the gaps that the book leaves.
And much like our own history books, they may have been written by people who were a little biased to this side or that side. So, you get to see in the show the actual events.
Yep.
Yeah, because George R.R. Martin said everything happens in the show is canon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what you go by.
So it's nice to have the two,
Yep.
Iceland. A lot of Game of Thrones filming was done in Iceland.
Well, that would make sense at the wall and whatnot.
Right. The only thing that, I say, basically anything that was from like the north, anything that had to do with the north was in Iceland. Anything that had to do with the Riverlands was in Ireland. And anything that had to do with
King's Landing.
King's Landing, and then all the other across the Narrow Sea, all that was done in Croatia. Well, most of it. I can't say all.
So I don't know where they're filming that now then.
So I don't know where House of the Dragon.
Probably Ireland and Croatia back again at the same sets that they were on before.
I would say
probably. Hard to say. But the show looks great, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, on to the episode. I love the opening scene. The opening scene was great. Just
go ahead.
You open up to just two dragons staring each other down. You got Rhaenyra. You got Adam, who she doesn't know who he is. All she knows is this dude's got a dragon. One of my dragons.
Supposedly a stolen dragon.
Yeah, how did this happen? Only Targaryens can ride dragons. What are you going to say, Jamie?
Oh, well, as we know, man, Sea Smoke, Adam. Now, I got to throw a little apology out to Liv. Sorry, Liv, because my brain froze up last week and I couldn't remember anything. But what I was getting at last week on that part, and she pointed out to me that, and I'm not sure what episode, and I didn't get a chance to go hunt it up, and you may remember this, at some point it was mentioned by Rhaenyra that Sea Smoke was acting restless.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is before they barbecued Sir Tarkling.
Oh, yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
So she said that Sea Smoke had been acting restless. Olivia made a good point. Now, they state that only one person can bond with a dragon at a time, and that's a bond for life until that rider's dead. Could it be that Sea Smoke was restless because he, I'm not sure the dragon's gender. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to misassign it. But anyway, could it be that Sea Smoke was sensing that Laenor, off screen somewhere in Essos, has died? I think that's very likely.
Good possibility.
And that's something that brings me, I want to throw out there too, man. You got to look for the little Easter eggs inside the show that the show don't necessarily spell out. And that's what's fun about it,
Well, yeah.
That's what's fun about any of the nerddom stuff. I got another one I want to bring up later on, but it'll be a little bit yet. But Olivia, thank you on that one. I told you I'd toss it back out there. My old brain didn't forget this time.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me the other morning that you knew what it was, but you wouldn't tell me until the podcast. Yep.
So I think she has a very valid point there. Since Rhaenyra clearly pointed out Sea Smoke's been restless. Yeah. He, she, it, they, whatever.
Yeah. In most shows that deal with dragons are genderless. They're basically male and female.
And on this one, I'm not sure if it ever really states. I've never picked it out of the story anywhere, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Everything I listened to, they say Vhagar is a girl dragon.
Yeah, basically I hear him refer to her as a girl.
They say the she dragon.
Yeah.
And everything. But I always, again, I don't, and maybe, in Georgia's dragons do have genders, but I just kind of assume they always called Vhagar a she because Vhagar's original rider was a female. And I've kind of noticed with all I may be wrong, but it seems like with most dragons, if the rider's a she, they call the dragon a she. If the rider's a male, they call the dragon a male.
No,
I could be wrong about that. That's just,
I don't know. I haven't noticed.
You haven't really paid attention to that.
And obviously, I know Vhagar's rider right now is a male, but originally Vhagar's rider was a female. It was one of Aegon the Conqueror's sisters.
But I'm gonna side on Livia with this one, and I feel that Lenore has died somewhere off in Essos, and that's why Sea Smoke was acting restless and
in want of a rider.
Yeah,
either he died or he sensed that was his brother.
But still, he'd have to be dead for him to want another rider. I think.
I don't necessarily.
I'm looking at the restless part. He's restless. Okay, he wants a rider. He don't have one there. He's tired of being whatever he does.
Yeah, I just don't know that. And we're all just speculating because I don't think George has ever really spelled it out. But that.
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't think he's ever came out and said specifically that a dragon rider has to die before the dragon to bond with somebody else.
I'm not sure either. I was under the impression that he had it somewhere, but I've not read it myself, so I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We're speculating about this.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was just an interesting theory. So.
Yeah, that's
and I'm going with that side of it. I think Lenore's dead. And, when you're out in the free lands, bad things happen.
Yeah, anything can happen.
It's a dangerous, dangerous world, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very different over in the free cities in Westeros.
See, I was listening to Neurotic, and they was talking about that opening scene, and it was like the two dragons was talking to each other. Wasn't so much just a stare down, something that, literally it seemed like they was literally talking to each other.
It wasn't a stare down, but Sea Smoke definitely stepped up behind Adam as he approached Rhaenyra. He was definitely protective of him.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't matter if that was the queen or whatever,
Yeah, I just wonder if she would have gave him an order, would he listen?
No, he's bonded with, well, look at it, look at Meleys and, Meleys and Vagar. These dragons are old and very familiar with each other. Have been in battles with, not fighting each other, but, fighting armies with each other. The riders said fight, they fought, no problem.
Yeah, but you also see that, Aemon tried to get Vagar to turn, and Vagar didn't want to. He had to physically pull.
Oh, no, I mean back when him and Meleys fought.
Yeah, now, them two fighting I can see, but I'm talking about the queen herself. Those two was nothing at the time. They was just riders. But after watching the scene where she calls in the second biggest dragon they have on the island, didn't have to sing no song or nothing, just looked at him and told him to behave, and she just started petting him.
I don't think Sea Smoke would have listened to her. Not with a direct command against Adam.
See, because I was just wondering, I was like, they're out there.
Because keep in mind, she picked Adam. So she's not going to listen to Rhaenyra over Adam, I don't think.
Yeah, I would say once a dragon's bonded to a rider, then it primarily only listens to that rider. It's not that it won't listen to other people. Because I'd say I guess you want to call them the guild, those dragon tamers that walk out on Rhaenyra later in the episode. I would say, the dragons kind of listen to their commands when they're kind of either putting the dragon back in the, if you want to call it the pen. I'd say the dragons kind of listen to them for instructions on, go back in the cave or come out or whatever.
Yeah. Well, see, my thing is they sing and the dragons come out. Same thing with Daemon. He sung and the dragon come out there. She didn't sing or nothing. No. She just had him come out. And then she told him to behave.
They may have already had him prepped, like already had Vermithor called.
Oh, I don't think so.
All she had to do was...
Because they was mad. They was leaving. They wasn't going to let him come in there.
That doesn't mean that they didn't... basically she tells them, get Vermithor ready, and they do it, and then they find out why, and then they get mad and quit.
Without getting too far into what happens, because we've got some stuff coming up later. Did you notice during that whole scene, she called him forth, and then she got the hell out.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
So if it was a matter of him listening to her, no matter what, she could have stayed right there and stopped him. But
I don't know. I think she stepped off to the side so he wouldn't be focused on her and would be focused on.
She did
I
more
think
than
she stepped to the side so he would not focus on her.
Well, that's probably a good point.
She did a little more than step to the side.
She stood up on top.
Yeah,
We ain't quite there yet, but
she left and went to the balcony. She was like, "I'm not being down here for this."
If it was a matter of her word being like more dominant over other people's, I believe she could have handled that whole situation a little better.
I don't know, because she always said, it's dangerous to become a dragon rider.
Yeah, I mean,
That if she had the power to say, stop, Vermithor, then, could have been a lot less carnage there for a few minutes. But where are we at? We're on the beach right now, ain't we?
yeah, we're still on the opening scene, which, like I said, just a great scene. Good shot. The actual filming of it, it was very windy and very cold, as you see in the scene. That wasn't a fan off to the side making that happen. They were literally, they was like,
Gorgeous, though.
The actress who plays Rhaenyra was like, if we can get a storm to happen while we're filming the scene, it'd be perfect. And sure enough, a storm was rolling in as they was filming that scene on the beach, and it just worked.
Yeah, and if you watch it, as their clothes and stuff are moving, the wings and stuff on the dragons are moving. They've
done a great job with the dragons, man.
That scene is very similar to season 8 of Game of Thrones. Terrible, but anyway, when Daenerys, it cuts to her and she's kind of walking up the steps in the seven, and it shows Drogon spread out his wings, but it looks like the wings are coming out of Daenerys's.
Yeah.
It's a killer shot.
It is. It is.
If you just take that snippet of that shot, and it's like, that's a killer shot. This right here is the whole scene is killer, but just the shot, the opening shot of the two dragons tearing each other down with the two riders, it's just a great shot.
And as the riders approach each other, the dragons just in step with them.
Yep.
Just real cautious, looking at each other. Like you said, there's
like they're talking to each other.
There's some communication going on there.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, we'll throw down if we have to. Keep your distance from my man, or my queen, whichever one was speaking.
So yeah, and Rhaenyra's basically there to figure out who are you, and why do you have one of my dragons?
And she's a little concerned too. I mean, she's got a little, so she's not like saying, "See smoke, calm down" or nothing. She's like, she's watching her step.
Yeah, and here's this guy with black hair. He doesn't have white hair, so it's like, to her, this guy's not a Targaryen. How did he tame a dragon? Like, up to this point, to them, if you're not Targaryen, you can't tame a dragon.
Well, the one they turned into Crispy, he didn't have white hair.
No, and that's what I'm saying. They tried it, they tried it, and it didn't work. So. She's like, what, how is this happening? And I'm not saying she looked dead at his hair and thought, okay, how's it happening? That's just one of the factors I was saying.
Yeah, well, she asked him and said, what is your
parentage?
Yeah.
Parentage. And he goes, my mom was something, and
shipwright.
Yep.
Whatever a shipwright is.
Basically, a ship hand.
He didn't know what his dad was or who his dad was.
Although I think a shipwright more kind of works on the ships while they're at the harbor.
That could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, and he says, my father is no one of consequence or something like that.
Sure. Sure.
Oh, now hold on. I got a little. We'll get there.
Oh, you want to save it for?
Well,
save it for a little bit later in the show.
Yeah, she looks at him because he took the knee awful quick.
Yeah.
Well, he's just there to serve.
Yeah.
Basically, he wants the glory of being a dragon rider, which is
all this happened to him was and he's always wanted
something.
This. Yeah, he's always wanted more than what he had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he knows who his father actually is.
Yeah.
So it's like, I deserve more. So yeah, and I mean, once he tells her that he is serves House Valeria, then now it's a little more feasible of why he took the knee so quick. It's like, well, his liege lord is the hand to the queen,
right? His whole
naturally he's going to bend the knee to Rhaenyra. So that kind of lightens Rhaenyra's tone. although she still doesn't know who he is exactly. Just that he's in service to Corlys Velaryon.
Yeah, but surprised me that her hand hasn't told her. Because you can see the look on his face when they was discussing, bringing up people who are linked to the Targaryens and stuff, to like the lowborns as they call them.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to say something, but he doesn't say something, and he should have said something. And all this wouldn't have been going on. And again, why do they take all these people to meet one dragon?
Because they don't know who.
Knowing that they're going to get fried to death.
He can hit himself.
But yes, it's true, yeah.
He can hit himself.
That bothered me the whole... I've listened to a couple of podcasts.
We ain't
none
even
of
got
that
him
explained
across
that
the
to
water
me.
yet.
Ain't none of that explained it to me yet.
Because that brings up a scene. What happens exactly next?
Next, we cut to Alicent.
Oh, Dip. Allison's just having a moment.
And I was going to say that
she's off in the...
Alicent's stuff that happens in this episode is like brand spanking new to me. Like, there's nothing in the book about this. Again, Alicent's character in the book is way more of an evil character than in the show. She's slowly becoming just a... I don't want to say pointless, but...
Pointless, basically, yes.
Her
story
power
is gone.
Her story is pointless right now. Like, what they've got her doing is kind of like, what is going on here?
I honestly think she went out there to mark herself. Just take herself out. Because her guard looked there and said, how long are we going to be here? Don't know if I'm ever going to leave.
Yeah, Sir Rickard.
Yep. So, I'm pretty sure you don't plan on living in that little tent out there the whole time. So some shit looking tents.
So yeah, but that
well, they was for like royalty, wasn't they?
I mean,
yeah.
It did look like something that the knights would have to sleep under.
Yeah, they did.
They were saggy. They didn't have no structure to them. You had just enough room to belly crawl inside.
Yeah, this is like military style tents.
Yeah,
just, pup
shitty
tents.
Military style.
Yeah,
tents.
Crappy little pup tents. Yeah, I noticed that when she said, I'm going to go to bed now. And I'm like, where's the other tent at? There's got to be something else.
Yeah.
I thought that was his.
No, there was two of them little shitty ass tents right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's just getting away from it all, I guess, having a moment.
Yep. Clearing her mind.
Yep.
Because like you said, she what does her character do from now on?
Yeah.
She's got no power.
She's not on the council no more.
Or not Daemon, but Aemon. Yes, Daemon took her off the council. She's just there.
Yep.
I think she may have a role to play later, but this is purely my speculation.
Well, I mean, it's all speculation because, we don't really know from the book with her character anymore.
There's events that happen later on, of course, and I won't go into no ton of details because it's hard to tell what turn the show will take, but I feel she's got something she's going to do later.
Oh, for sure. That's why,
And if it comes up, I'll.
That's why, what Jackie said. I knew that she wasn't going out to do that. But, yeah, I'm assuming that basically this episode and probably next episode, the season finale, her character's not going to play an important role.
She could, I'm not saying you're wrong because she could disappear from the whole thing. And because I don't know of any other thing that is what doesn't, anyway, without spoiling anything.
Yeah, she does get brought up in the book later on, but. Again,
but that's not to say she wasn't thinking about that then.
Yeah, and the thing is, just because it happened in the book don't mean it's going to happen on
no.
And I was getting ready to say, it's a very small thing that they could change. The major things they can't change from the book, that's like the plot points they're following. All the small stuff, all the small stuff they are changing.
But I will say, if she's alive at a certain point that's coming up, I think she's got one hand in something left. I'm just going to leave it there until we see what happens with it.
Yeah, well, the second scene is her with the maester getting her cut cleaned.
I'm sorry, her what? Oh,
her cut.
What?
The gash on her arm.
Yeah, okay. She was wounded. That's right. In the
good God, the mess.
Jamie, Corey just caught on.
I knew what he was saying.
I didn't know what you said, bro.
I was trying to get past it, and he was laughing, and then he had me laughing, and I couldn't get past it. But anyway, and then, basically once the maester's done, that's when she goes to Sir Rickard and says, I want to go out to the Godswood. Just me and you. Let's go right now.
Yeah. Now, did you notice that she has a scar almost the same as Daenerys does now?
No.
Yeah, Rhaenyra.
Yeah, Rhaenyra. Because remember
when she cut Rhaenyra?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now she's got a similar scar.
No, I never put that together. Okay. Cool.
Yep. From there, we cut to the, I guess those are called the embattlements of the Red Keep.
Mm.
And that's when we see the Master of Whispers, Loras, the Clubfoot, having a conversation with the... I never know that guy's name from the Small
Iron
Council.
Rod.
Yeah, him.
Sir something, I don't know. Nameless Lord 2.0, I don't know.
And he basically goes to Lars and is like, I've heard a whisper. And, seeing as how you're the Master of Whispers, I thought I'd bring it to you. And really, if he was being truthful, what he had said is, I heard something. I have no clue if it's true, and I'm too scared to tell the king, or the king regent in this case. But so what should I do?
Here, Loris, you take this information and you go tell it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's heard rumor that Sea Smoke has been spotted with a rider. So,
then he asked him, he said, where did you hear this from? I heard it from a man who heard it from a guy who heard it from an uncle, of a nephew, of a niece.
Basically, yeah.
So, I got to side with Loris on this one. I think we just keep this quiet for right now.
And if somebody told me that and told me like how they heard about it, I'd be like, I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Yeah, we're not gonna move on this for a bit.
But you really couldn't move on it anyway.
No,
I mean,
yeah. He goes. He heard it from his squire, who heard it from a stable hand, who heard it from his father, a fisherman, whose shipmate claims he saw it.
Mm-hmm. So,
that's 5 people that it's went through to get to you.
I'll give smart Loris the nod on this one. I wouldn't have said anything either.
Now,
when the king regent looks at you and goes, well, where did you hear this information? I heard it from that guy on the balcony who heard it from this person to this.
Yeah. Now, I have a feeling next episode, Aegon is going to be very angry.
Because somebody didn't tell him.
I'd never own up to knowing it.
Oh, neither would I.
Rider, you say. Really?
Yeah,
really?
We haven't heard nothing.
There's nothing going on. No whispers
You're the
whatsoever.
Master of Whispers and you ain't heard nothing?
I'll be damned. A rider, you say.
Well, you got the place locked down, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing coming in and going out. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, I'd never breathe a word of it.
No.
Yeah, neither would I. So from that scene, then we go back to Dragonstone, and that's when we get the shot of Rhaenyra and Adam flying back in, and you see it from the eyes of Jace.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead. Keep going. I just thought about something I heard. Go ahead.
So needless to say, Jace is not too happy.
No.
And by the way, this was very confusing to me. Very confusing. This whole episode for Jace confused the hell out of me.
How?
Because in the book, Jace is the one who comes up with the idea to find dragon riders. He's the one. He's the one all for it in the book. He's the one that's going out, getting the small people and everybody, and basically spreading the word that hey, come try to tame a dragon.
But he's not getting the small people.
Well, I'm just saying in the book.
Oh yeah.
And in the book, he is the one that brings up the idea to Corlys to make Adam and Alan legit instead of bastards. In the book, everything is his idea. So the fact that
was written by someone who really liked Jace.
Yeah, the fact that in the show that all of a sudden he was against it. Now, as the episode went on and I heard his point, like I've already talked to Jamie about before, I understood why he was getting why he's getting angry and how he could see how it would be bad for him. But in the book, none of this happened. So at first it was confusing because I was like, wait, why is Jace?
Yeah, Jace
should be happy about this.
As soon as he started complaining about it, I knew exactly what was going on.
But
because he was a bastard child too.
Exactly.
And he figured, if a bastard child can have a dragon, what makes me different than them?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly
Except that you're my mom.
Yeah.
But in show version of it, he was all for the lower lords and bloodlines like that. Yeah, sure, try them, but not just commoners. Now that all comes up from
the Master of Whispers.
Yeah, the White Snake.
Yep.
And
the white worm.
The white worm, yeah.
Yeah, Jace is starting to dislike her.
Yeah, because he brings that up too.
Yeah.
Whose idea was this? The white worm or whatever her name is, real name in there.
Massaria.
Yeah.
I think it's Massaria. I'm not 100% sure on that. Her name gets said every episode, and I never remember
the
it.
Other dragon rider.
So her, yeah.
You made this joke last week.
No, he did. I didn't get it. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I remember.
About went over my head again.
I was gonna say I remember the joke being made last week, and yeah, something to do with you. I just
and then about went over my head twice, but anywho,
like she did no.
She's the one that brings up, hey, the common people are full of Targaryen blood because for generations the Targaryen males have went into the pleasure houses and
it's not even the
so
pleasure houses
and so on,
but Targaryens, basically since they came to Dragonstone, basically all the small folk in the area, because there is little towns and stuff that you just never see in the show, and not necessarily on like Dragonstone itself, but there's neighboring islands and stuff, and the Targaryens were looked at as gods. So like, and this is pulled from the book.
Oh, you're talking about the first night.
True, but yeah, basically, in the book it mentions, there's this thing in Westeros that eventually King Jaehaerys, primarily,
good Queen Alysanne.
Yeah, good Queen Alysanne
did away with.
But there's a thing called the first night, where basically when a couple got married, if the liege lord wanted to, he could sleep with the wife first.
Yeah,
and basically Targaryens love to do that. But for the people around Dragonstone, that was looked at not as a bad thing, but as like a great thing. Like, this is a god, and if you got pregnant by this god, that was even better. So there's a lot of Targaryen bastards running around that aren't necessarily just straight from because the Targaryen went to a whorehouse or something.
Right. So there's a lot of Targaryen blood in the small folk.
Yeah, in and around Dragonstone and the Westeros.
Yeah, like I brought up the
Red Keep.
The one episode where they're looking for the king, the new king, and they happen to be in a fighting ring and look over there, and there was a little white-haired child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. It's it's no different than the beginning of Game of Thrones and Robert. There was, I'd say Robert
he had many in town.
Oh yeah. So yeah. But then we go into the Rhaenyra's small council meeting, which we don't get to see a lot of because she didn't show up for it.
This is where they're talking about Adam, who showed up with a dragon, and they want to know who he is,
and they want to detain him,
and they want because he's lowborn. Well, then has he been arrested?
Yeah,
is he taken into custody for theft? Hey, number one, how do you steal a dragon?
Yeah,
exactly.
And look, man, just because the driver's a black dude, it don't mean he stole it. I stole that line from another podcast.
Then they stole that straight from Men in Black 3.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a hilarious scene in Men in Black 3 with Will Smith. Yeah. Just because I'm black, don't mean I stole the car. I mean, I did steal this car, but not because I was black. Oh, that's a hilarious scene.
Yeah, they just automatically, because this guy's lowborn, we'll detain him because he stole it. Number one, how the hell do you steal a dragon?
Exactly, because the dragon don't want you up there.
You ain't getting it.
They pretty much seen. Yeah, they pretty much have seen. No, you're not getting on it.
Yeah, you would think after what they saw the previous, I don't know if it was a week or a month or whatever for them, because we don't know how time goes in this. But
that's one of the things I hate.
They just saw Stephen Darkland get roasted by a dragon. Yeah. So if this guy's on a dragon, then he clearly didn't just steal it. You can't steal a dragon.
I'd have to say there's been a couple months go by.
Here's that possibility.
It feels like it.
That a lowborn person could override their power, because he has a dragon now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's what they didn't like.
And so they won't have that.
And that's what Jace was worried about.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I figured that out as the episode went on.
Yeah, because that's that contests his claim to the throne.
Yeah, because
what if there's a quote unquote bastard out there that maybe has a straighter bloodline, a stronger bloodline tied to the throne than Jace does.
I mean,
because
Big Hugh almost does. Almost.
He's got a lot of Targaryen blood in him. After we find out his parentage.
Yeah, his mother was literally a Targaryen princess.
A Targaryen princess, a daughter of the King Jaehaerys.
Yeah. So
he is the nephew of Daemon. No, he's the cousin.
Cousin
of Daemon.
Yeah,
first cousin's to Daemon and Viserys.
Yeah.
So, damn. Yep. Don't know well, anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves again.
Yeah. So, after that, the little, I'd call it like a botched small council meeting. Then we cut to Rhaenyra talking to Mysaria, the
Can I throw in one more thing?
What's that?
At the beginning I've said this before, because you know who brought up the theft and detained him?
The one that got bitch slapped?
Was the older? Yeah. I think at the beginning of every small council, Rhaenyra should greet her council, and smack the shit out of the old man on the end, and then begin.
Well, see, that's what's wrong with him now. He's upset because he was smacked in front of other people.
He's just kicking back the wine.
Yeah. His pride was hurt.
And that needs to be like a standard thing. She just hits him every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't help him none, but...
No. But it would be hilarious.
I was going to say, it would be fun to watch.
Lord hand. Moving on.
Yeah.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Rhaenyra and Mysaria, they have their conversation. Mysaria, there's a quote in there Mysaria has that is pulled literally word for word from the book, because I was just re-listening to certain parts of the book to refresh myself, and I heard that exact phrase, and I'm like, oh, that's where they pulled that from.
If you want to find Targaryen blood, you're looking in the wrong place. You should be looking at...
Yeah, look. Hold on.
Choked him up.
Yeah. Got excited there.
Ooh. Couldn't talk for a second. But, I have to find the exact quote because I can't quote it word for word.
You should be looking under the bed sheets and in the wood piles.
That's it. Yep. I couldn't remember that.
If you want to find Targaryen bloodlines.
Yep. Yeah, don't look. You're looking through the scrolls is pointless.
And that's when she goes into the, for generations.
Mm-hmm. And then basically she's like, for 20 years they've I found that funny. She says for 20 years the lords of the realm have levied insults at my sons behind my back. The reason I find that weird is, and I guess this is just something else that smart.
Inaccuracies from the book. I know where you're going.
It's not really small change.
Young teenagers in the books.
In the book,
they're obviously
Jace is Rhaenyra's oldest son, oldest kid. Period. And in the book, when at this point in time, when they're finding dragon riders, in the book he's just getting ready to turn 16. But clearly in the show he's 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So is he though? Is that they're trying to play him off as?
Yeah,
she said.
She just said for 20 years they've been insulting, but throwing insults behind her back about her kids. So, that basically saying he's 20 years old.
Well, yeah.
So she basically says, we'll raise up an entire army of bastards if we have to. Which, it's a cool statement. But, yeah, I was like, whoa, 20 years.
Well, they blew that opportunity, though, didn't they?
Yeah. The army is very...
There's a lot less Targaryen
that
blood
idea should
than
not
there
have
was.
caught fire and spread like it did. That idea should have not have caught fire and spread like it
did. Yeah.
It was a hot one.
Yes. Really hot.
Although not quite hot enough. I do have a small gripe about that later on when we get to that scene. But after that, we get to see Adam kind of getting acquainted to his new bedroom and surroundings. And that's when he gets paid a visit by his liege lord. As we know, his father.
Do we?
We're assuming.
We'll get to there.
Yeah. I say we're assuming. I'm assuming. But,
okay. Okay.
But, what do you got to say?
Keep going.
I would just say,
we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
We're almost there. They they have a very, very short conversation where basically Adam's like, I request to leave your service. I'm a dragon rider now. I don't have the time. There's more capable men. And Corliss basically says, your leave is granted. And then basically just congratulates him and walks off.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, Corliss clearly has a favorite son, and you're not it. Which, to be fair, when you get to the later on scene that I'm assuming Jamie's waiting on.
Well, no, but let me ask you this. Book-wise, Adam is the eldest son.
Yes, he's a year older than Alan.
Is he the eldest son? It never specifies.
It's never said, but
so I'm going to assume he's the eldest son.
Yeah, it feels like he's not the way the show's doing things.
But I'm assuming
in the
he's
book
the eldest
he is.
son. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a year older. Well,
A year older than Al.
The Dragon Rider is a year older.
Yeah.
Yeah, a year older
You
than
couldn't tell it from the
No.
TV series.
Now, but also in the book, Adam has silver hair.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have black hair like he does in the show. So that's why I'm not 100% sure. Again, the show's, changing some things, which I say change. Change is not really the right word because, as we've said before, the book is more like a history textbook. So just because it's stated doesn't mean that's actually how it was. And so the show is how it was. So clearly Adam doesn't have silver hair. Alan does, but he just keeps it shaved. So, yeah. From there, we move on to Harrenhal.
Oh, back to Damon.
Yep.
Still tripping.
Well, no, actually, for the first time when we initially see him, he's not tripping. He's having a conversation with Sesame Street.
Oh, Oscar.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
And speaking of that, I'll go ahead and get it out of the way now. I saw a lot of people online comparing him to Leanna Mormont.
Yeah.
That he was nowhere near as impactful as she was.
Not well.
I mean, and I already told this to Jackie. I liked him. His scene, he was very, this whole episode was very good for him. It was cool. His character is very cool. It's nowhere near.
Well, no, I mean, there's only
the bear.
One, there's only one Leanna Mormont.
Yeah,
but I think they're going on his
first appearance with him to
command of the situation and all that,
and the age and the age that he's doing it from.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, and the sneaky way he done everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because he went from the bumbling idiot that
Do you think he played that? You think he was playing Damon then?
Yeah, because after you start watching this one, you're like, oh, he's not.
Like, nobody does a 360 like that.
Oh no way.
So that first meeting with Damon, he was acting the fool to see what Damon had to say.
Well, see, Neurotic. When I listened to them, they was talking about how what's her name was over there trying to help his grandfather or whoever he was.
Oh, the witch.
Yeah, the witch.
Alice,
and thought maybe
Rivers.
Yeah.
she had coached him a little bit on what to say and do to Damon. I was like, that's an awful lot of liberty you're taking there, cause
yeah.
But again,
and it may just been the little Lord there playing him himself just to see what Damon wanted.
Yeah, and seeing that he was
play like I say, play the fool, see what kind of person Damon was.
Yeah, and he ain't a very good person.
Oh, no.
Damon's all about Damon.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear about it in this one, too.
So
his brother come back and tells him about it.
Yeah, yes. If you thought you was getting out of this episode without Damon tripping, nope. It just doesn't start out with him tripping like normal. He trips later on. He trips at the end.
He ain't had nothing to drink yet.
Exactly.
Or eat.
So, yeah, he has his meeting with Grover Tully. Or Grover, that's the young one, ain't it?
Yeah.
Grover, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just Sesame Street. That's what I know him by. But,
Grover. Little Grover.
So they have their small little meeting before they go meet the River Lords. And, Grover's basically telling them, I stand by, the oath we made. So, I'm on your side. But that does not mean that the River Lords will be because you've, heavily, heavily dishonored them.
He basically says they all hate you.
Yeah.
I mean, he says that to a T.
Yeah.
So, he's basically like, it's yet to be seen if they'll follow me So they go and they meet the River Lords, and that's when we get the Oscar Tully masterclass, if you want to call it that.
You know, what they call him? Lord Paramount of the Riverlands. You know, he's the highest lord in the Riverlands, even though because he's just inherited it from his grandfather who just passed away. So the other river lords are kind of testing him because he's young.
Yeah,
you know,
they don't want to throw him with a little kid.
Yeah, so he holds his ground with them and says, I'm young, but I stand by. You know, the House Tully's been in charge of all this land. I don't know it word for word, but held the Riverlands together for this amount of time, and I stand behind the oath my grandfather made, even though some people don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at Damon, basically says he doesn't like Damon. He literally says he doesn't like Damon.
Yeah, he calls him Prince, don't he?
Yeah.
Something.
Yep. Yeah, he calls him Prince. That's kind of like the moment when you're like, okay, this boy's not messing around.
Yeah, throw that little jab in there.
You know, Damon's like, let's put all this bad stuff behind us, and we're coming together now, and we got an army, and they're like, no.
Yeah,
it's not that easy. You had this house do horrible things to this house to break them. Somebody's got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Now, of course, they can't take their vengeance out on Damon because, he is
Damon Targaryen.
Yeah.
But little Grover makes him do what he's own up to the mistake he made in sicking Willem Blackwood on the Brackens.
Yeah.
And it spells out what they did. Apparently it was some really bad stuff.
They were basically going, they, looted their, trashed and looted their, crypts and, I guess their praying locations. I don't know what you'd call it. They were, taking their women and children.
Holding them hostage to break them in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to tell what was happening to the women and children while they were being held.
Yeah.
And so Willem comes back with, well, I only did it because, my prince, whatever, commanded me to do it. That's when Grover tells him, no, you did it because you wanted to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Damon
telling you to was a good excuse, but you wanted to do it.
Yeah. And that's kind of the key there. It's like, just because this guy tells you, and Damon didn't tell him exactly what to do. Damon just told him what he wanted done. And he done it that way.
Right.
Now, was Damon insinuating to do it like that? Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, when you look at him,
but again,
there's
he
some
didn't
things that a king can't be
seen doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're going to do all the dirty work.
Yeah. And that's what Willem took it as. And he jumped on the idea because he hates the Brackens and he wanted to.
Yeah. And he had a shit grin on his face when he was told that.
Yeah. And he thought he had the protection of Daemon Targaryen to get it all done in.
Yeah.
Well, he did for a while.
Until little Grover explained, you want our armies, you fix the mess you made.
Yeah.
There's got to be payment. There's got to be justice. And Daemon, like a little whipped dog.
Oh, well, it's Daemon. Daemon would have chopped anybody's head off the Oscar. If Oscar Tully would have pulled, anybody, the Lord Strong, if he would have yanked him up there, he would have chopped his head off in a heartbeat.
Who, by the way, man, does Simon not ever fail to give you a laugh?
Oh, he's
sitting there, he's listening to Grover, and he goes, "Oh my!"
Yeah. I just wonder if Caraxes had kind of popped his head around just to see what was going on. Would that have changed any of the River Lords?
No, I don't think so. The Brackens turned their back to a friggin' dragon.
Yeah, I don't think it would have either.
And marched away from it.
And I think it would have made the scene just that little bit cooler if Caraxes would have been just kind of in the background. Maybe not even interacting with things, just kind of in the background that you could see him to just make you realize that, Oscar Tully's doing this to Daemon Targaryen while Caraxes is in the background.
I mean, you got all the other River Lords, they're not talking very nice to Daemon. They're not, it basically says dragon or no dragon.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But needless to say, Damon Targaryen is definitely all too willing to just, off with the.
Yeah, it's just collateral damage. Willem meant nothing to him.
Oh,
he was just a tool.
Yeah, he just wants an army. He doesn't care who he's got to kill to get this army. He wants an army.
See that look on his face when he done it, though?
Oh, that was just because Grover
punked him.
Manhandled him, punked him.
Well, it wasn't like an angry face on him when he done it. It just like he wasn't there. Just a weird,
Damon's not been there since he got in Harrenhal.
I was getting ready to say, as soon as he does it, that's when you get to cut to him tripping.
Well, yeah, that's when he's talking to his brother. And he's talking about the crown, wasn't it? He didn't want it.
Yeah.
The only difference is I didn't want it, and you crave it.
Yeah, and he goes, "Do you still want it?"
Yeah.
Oh, one little side note, man, with Willem no longer as the head, like literally, of House Blackwood, because he doesn't have a head anymore. Mm-hmm. That leaves the door open for Little Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Little Bill Blackwood, one of the lads. If it plays out. So, and I guess they'll bring it up maybe.
Maybe. I don't know if they're quite
that may be
important enough later on to really show, but they probably will.
Yeah.
The show's doing a really good job of, basically doing what Game of Thrones also did, was just, you're learning about all these different people.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's another Blackwood that'll rise to be head of the Blackwood family.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe gain quite a reputation during the war.
Yeah. I'd say the show won't leave him out.
No, I'd say not.
So yeah, well, like I said, we get the scene direct after that of Daemon back to being Harrenhal Daemon.
Tripping on weirwood juice.
Yeah. So he sees a goat, and then he ends up talking to his brother, and they basically have a conversation about like you guys just said, Viserys never wanted to be king, and he said he was right to. It's a heavy burden, and it wears on whoever wears it. He's like, but you wanted it, so here, you still want it? And
they never showed if he reached out for it, though.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, from there we cut back to King's Landing, and we've got Maester Girardi trying to help Aegon learn to walk again.
Yeah. See, this is where I said it had to have been several months in between, because they literally popped his leg bones back together and had his legs stuck up there.
Yeah.
Like a medieval cast holding it.
Oh, yeah.
Where it couldn't be moved. Now they're trying to get him to walk on it.
Yeah, I'd definitely say it's been a while.
Time is moving. Yeah, that's the thing. It never gives you an idea of how much time is moving. But
I don't need them to tell me how much time. Just bring something up that, a few months ago after he was burnt and this, that. Just something.
See, in the book, it actually does tell you, like a little bit of like, this happened at this time, this happened at this time. But I can't remember in the book, because it actually says in the book, how long after the burning of the king. It mentions, however many months later when the king's back walking again, and then, yeah. But I can't remember what it was. But the show's different anyway, so it wouldn't matter if I knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like I said, it's not going well. Obviously.
No, because they're pushing him. They want him to hurry up because Aemon's building too much prestige and stuff.
Loras might have a good point in this, and that he says to the Maester, what is it? The king may get the opportunity to rest soon or not. You're kind of insinuating if he doesn't get out of that bed, he's as good as dead.
Oh, yeah.
And Loras is right on that one.
Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't get strong enough to
take his seat
assert
back.
Take the throne, he's as good as dead.
Oh, yeah. His brother done come in there and started putting the hurt on him once.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't understand. One thing, he's not able to be the king now, so they put somebody else to do it for now, but here he is still alive, and he has no authority over nothing.
Yeah, Viserys was king in way worse shape.
Yeah.
So
I guess if he like asserted himself and
oh
made
yeah,
a command, they would have to follow it.
yeah.
I don't know.
Him on the bed. If he said, "I'm the king again," Aemond is no longer my regent, then they would listen.
Yeah, but
you would think instead of trying to push him to walk around stuff, just tell him this.
He's too scared of his brother right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's when you have your knights over there, and that's one of the reasons why they're trying to hurry up and get him out. He's collecting too many followers inside the castle,
Well,
and he's doing away with anybody that supports his brother. So he sent the other ones to the
shipped him off to the wall.
Yeah,
which is better than cutting their heads off, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Which, I mean, his reasoning for sending him to the wall was because they
they caused the riot.
They caused the riot.
They kind of did.
They did. But his real reason is these are two more people that support my brother that are out of here now. So that's the real reasoning. But the reasoning given is also not. I mean, they started a riot and chopped off a few arms and probably killed a few small folk. So it's like, this is not what the King's Guard does.
Well, didn't he have 3 buddies at one time?
Well, you had a few.
One of them got stomped to death in the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Probably,
One of them didn't make it. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he did make it.
Those were the 2 that made it.
Yeah, you could look at the way they was stomping the shit out of him, and he wasn't making it. You thought they was out there trying to make grapes or something with his head.
Yeah, that's something we kind of skipped over when we was talking about the scene on the embattlements near the beginning. Is while Loras and Ironrod are having their conversation, you can just see down there, the 2 getting their white cloaks removed, and very dishonorably, but for them, they could care less.
Oh, yeah. They didn't die.
For most Kingsguard, that would be like the most dishonoring thing in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which they didn't get it like everybody else did.
No,
they were like...
his buddy was the king. So
they were just drinking buddies, and he said, I'll make you my guard.
Yeah.
So they just, Yeah,
that was a mistake.
It's not like a Barristan Selmy, who everything was the fact that he was a, Lord Commander of the King Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an actual honorable man, and a good sword hand at that.
Even Jaime Lannister took it more seriously than those guys.
Oh yeah.
More, yeah.
Oh, he did. He had a little bit of honor in him.
Jaime had quite a bit of honor in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's what he...
More so than he was given credit for.
Right, more so than people thought.
How many times could he have killed Robert if he really wanted to?
Oh, yeah.
If he really wanted to get rid of Robert, how many chances did he have to do it?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's called a Kingslayer anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. But from there we go and we get to Alan of Hull, and this is when he has his conversation with Corlys.
That's when Corlys comes forth and says, there's a new dragon rider. It's your brother.
Yeah.
Then he says something to him. I didn't know much about your mother.
Yeah.
He says, we are the blood of. And he's, look, man, this is just me, because I've not heard anybody else on anything I've listened to. Me and Livy was talking about this. She kind of leaned my way after I explained it all. And like I said, I've not heard this on anything else. Nobody else has picked up on this, so maybe it's not there. But let me spell it out here. When he's talking to Alan, and he says, your brother, he's a dragon rider. Holy shit. He goes, I didn't know much. He says, we're blood of old Valyria. He's talking to Alan. He says, we are. I'm assuming he's like, me and you.
Yeah.
We're blood of old Valyria.
But we're no dragon riders.
But we're no dragon riders.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about your mother's heritage, but it could be something in the blood. I guess he's insinuating that the mother had to have some Targaryen blood in her somewhere.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, I kind of lean that way.
Yeah, because he says, our people we don't ride. We can't ride dragons.
Yeah.
Well, they never have a chance to try.
Well,
it's not a Valyrian thing. It's a family thing.
I was gonna say, House Valyrian, they were the first to leave old Valyria, and they left because they wasn't dragon riders, so they felt like they had no place in Old Valyria. So that's why they took to the sea and left.
Yeah, but they have crossed. Targaryens and Valyrians have.
Oh yeah,
well, they have.
They've had kids and stuff together.
Sure.
So why can't they now? How can he look at him and say we're not dragon riders?
Well,
even though they have Targaryen blood in them.
The same way Steffan Darkland.
From Corlys's point of view, and maybe he looked in his own history, and there's no Targaryen blood that he knows of there. So that's what he's telling Alan.
If there is, it's really thin, like Sir Steffan Darkland.
Says,
they got roasted last week.
I don't know about your mother. Maybe it's in the blood, and that's when Alan tells him, he says, well, my brother always wanted more.
Yeah.
He says, but
I yearn for nothing else.
Yeah, I'm salt and sea. That's all I yearn for.
And Corlys, that was the greatest thing he could have ever said to Corlys.
Yeah, he tried to give his throne to his granddaughter.
Yeah, to Baela.
She said she was a fire and
blood.
Fire and blood, and
yeah.
That what do they call that place?
High tide.
Yeah, high tide should pass to salt and sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's what I was getting at, man. Corlys is talking to Alan. We don't have the blood of dragon riders in us. His line. Maybe it was in your mother's. Is what I'm taking it as. So maybe that's how Adam was able to do it. Maybe you'd be able to do it. He basically says, he has no interest in trying to ride a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Adam, I think, should be the oldest.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, he looks like the oldest.
Go way back, man. When Rhaenys approaches Adam or
Alan, yeah.
And speaks to him, talks about, how handsome he is. And then Corlys walks up to her and she says, I know who he is. His birth is not his fault. She never once says their birth ain't their fault. She don't say, I know who they are. She says, I know who he is.
Yeah, but she never saw the other brother.
If she knew about Alan, she'd know about him.
I don't know. I think she just, when she saw him, that's when she realized that.
I think she would probably know about him, there being two of them, if there had been two of them.
It's a good possibility.
And he never, except for that one time when he walks into after Adam has already rode the dragon, and says anything to Adam at all.
Yeah,
he talks to Alan. He never approaches Adam. And it's just an inside story, and maybe I'm way off, but I could see where maybe Adam's not his, and Alan shaves his head because it's clearly white hair. It shows it in the show.
Yeah.
And maybe Adam don't even know. There's a possibility there Adam ain't his. He's never, not one word has ever acknowledged Adam as being his son.
Yeah, you could be right. I'm assuming.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just looking at stories inside the stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm literally just assuming.
And it affects nothing, It doesn't change any of the outcome of this.
No.
I'm just saying, there's a little Easter egg inside there that might be the case. Might not be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with my theory. I don't think Adam's his, and he knows it.
You could be right. Again, I don't know. I'm assuming that Adam is, but you could be right. And we may or may not ever find out.
Well, I'm saying this. See, now you'll look back on the episodes and you'll be looking for any word because that's what I've been doing.
Well, if you look back, the one that's supposed to be the older one, he's talking to his brother after he's done saved him and everything, and he looks at him and said, you could be this. Not we could at the time.
There's never a we there. There's you could have this, and when Rhaenys is talking to him and talking to Corlys, it's like it's not his fault. His parent, his birth is not his fault. It's never theirs.
There is a point in the scene when Alan is shaving his head. There is a point where Adam says, "Our Father."
Does he?
Yeah.
Now, see, that might be the one.
That's the only time, though, that he ever mentions it like that.
So, there might be something there then.
So, yeah. I just remembered that. So
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
he thinks it's his father too.
See, that's what I'm taking. And
Exactly.
maybe it's
that could be the case.
just a little story inside the story to look at and make you think while you're watching.
Oh, yeah, make you go back and
Now you'd be looking
search
at those
back
little
through 'em.
Easter eggs and wondering, or are they saying that Alan's not, or Adam is, but you know what I mean? So just a little something I spotted. Maybe apparently nobody else has. So maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the next scene, we go to the Vale, and you basically got the Raina and the two youngest of Rhaenyra's kids, Aegon and Viserys. They're leaving. They're going to catch their boat to Pentos.
Man, Lady Erin's kind of cold, ain't she?
Very, very much.
Yeah.
She's just like, get the hell out.
Well, she's a whole lot different in the book than what she is on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Corey knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But
I don't.
She's a freak.
Oh. You know, there's something about those Erin women. They're weird, ain't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she freaky.
What happens up there in the Vale? Maybe it's the
what
altitude,
happens in
man.
the Vale
Stays in the Vale.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to get thrown out that hole. I want to call it a skylight, but I mean, where you're at, it's like, it's not a skylight, but as you're falling, it is
It's like a
skylight.
Well, I mean,
Call it.
yeah, they call it the
moon door.
the moon door.
But, yeah, basically it's a death trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing about it, they got a heck of a prison.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
forgot, yeah.
It's simple, man.
Just slightly slanted. So
Yeah.
you just got to be careful all the time.
It's like the prisoners got to stay on their toes, and it's a simple, if the prisoner decides that they don't want to do it no more,
Just
simple disposal of the body. There's no walking in and finding them hanging themselves or something. It's just like walking in, cell's empty. Okay.
Yeah, you ain't even got to clean it out afterwards.
No.
Nope.
Just roll them off.
Throw the next person in there. So yeah. But it is a very short scene, but we basically get the percussion's leaving, and you got Raina looking back, and basically the second the gates close, she veers off the path, and she's going to look for the dragon.
Something.
Yeah. Did y'all see anything that looked like a box containing dragon eggs as they was leaving there? I didn't.
Well, that percussion was very long,
No,
so
it
they may have been
Well, you
somewhere
think
in
they
there.
kept the dragon eggs right there with them?
Well, like I said, that percussion was very long, so I mean, the dragon eggs could have been in any of the carriages or anything.
But you think she was tasked to guard them and everything. You wouldn't think
Yeah.
that she'd stick them in somebody else's
Oh, she's
thing.
still a kid, so
Well, yeah, she's an idiot.
and clearly, like I said, she's running off to do something else. So those eggs are going with the sons. So yeah,
Yeah, I think they wrote out one person and going to put her in the role.
that's what I said last week.
Yeah, and I just thought that's exactly what just crossed my mind.
Oh, you didn't think of that?
Well, no, I'd been thinking about it, but if they do that, well, that person, the story kind of insinuated
We talked about this last week.
got with Damon.
Yeah,
So does that mean? I mean, they're Targaryens, so
Yeah.
I think they're eliminating that part.
Change it.
us God, let's hope so.
Yeah, yep. Pretty sure they're eliminating that part because
Well, you got the king who married his sister. I mean,
for Targaryens that's normal.
yeah.
Brother, sister,
Cousin.
aunts, cousins, all that's normal. But
Parent with
Targaryens
Damon,
Targaryens don't go quite as far, except for in Damon's tripping
Dribbling
dreams.
balls with his mom.
Targaryens don't go as far as mother son or father daughter. They don't go quite that far. At least not that we know of.
But I do believe that I don't remember her name. The one you're
Nettles.
talking about.
Nettles.
Well, the
girl.
Valerian girl.
Which one?
I don't know. That's why I don't know her
The one
name.
looking for the dragon now.
Oh, Raina.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, I do believe you're right. She's the one who'll end up probably with the mystery dragon.
Yeah.
That,
Well, I mean, it's not really a mystery, but yeah.
Yeah, the one that's roaming around the Vale.
Mm-hmm.
Sheep stealer.
Yep.
Because all you see is sheep's corpse.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope we get a glimpse somewhere in this show of the cannibal.
We should. I mean, I'm hoping they're not completely writing him out, but we should.
I mean, if it's just like shot of,
Technically, the cannibal does have a semi-important role to play.
Oh.
With some stuff coming up. So, but they could make it happen different and make the cannibal just not exist. But
I hope you see the cannibal.
Yeah, so do I. Especially just because how the cannibal's described is that's a cool dragon. Just
green-eyed.
Yeah, with skin black as coal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very. He's basically the dragon of nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you had a nightmare about a dragon, he's probably the one you're dreaming about.
And they basically say nobody approaches the cannibal. To try to tame it or anything. Nah.
Yeah.
Because it mentions in the book because if they was adding some of the stuff in the book into this that was going on like right now in the story when the people were coming, the bastards and stuff, to try to ride dragons, there's a few of the small folks that tried to tame, I think it was sheep stealer, and they basically, one of them got roasted, and the other two was basically trying to save them, and basically the cannibal came in and just ate all three of them.
Hey man, just jumping back on something for a second, I just remembered another line. And this is back with Adam and Alan. If by some chance they both end up getting legitimized, that doesn't necessarily mean anything either. Because Corliss said in the show at one point when he was talking about Lanor's kids, he said, history doesn't remember bloodlines. History remembers names.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, basically, a liege lord, and even, as far as like king and queens, they can legitimize anybody they want. And they can give somebody a last name. They were going to do that with Jon. That's what... in Game of Thrones. That's what Stannis told Jon, you do this for me and, I'll make your last name Stark. I'll make you the head of Winterfell. Mm-hmm. I'll be the king, so I can do that. So, yeah, it doesn't matter really who your mother or father is in this world. If you know the right people and have the right connections,
well, yeah,
you could be anybody. So, yeah. Next scene, we go back to Alicent and her journeys in the Kingswood.
Alicent in the woods.
So
Alicent in the woods are the woodsman.
Yeah, this is basically when we get her and Sir Rick. Well, we get her walking by Sir Rickard saying she's going to bed, and that's when we see the little
pup tents.
Yeah, that little tent. That's like, I hope you're about 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is not going to be comfortable. So yeah, that's. Again, we said earlier, not really of any importance, her scenes this episode.
She's just in the woods sulking.
But,
soaking, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very short scene. The next scene, we go back to Dragonstone, and this is when we get the confrontation between Jace and his mother. Where basically, he is telling her, I don't like what you're doing here. This is not good for me.
These are lowborns.
Yeah. And
Corliss had sent Alan out on that mission, remember?
We ain't got to that yet.
We haven't? Okay.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's coming up. That is coming up.
Never mind. My bad.
So, Jace, as we've said, is very upset. And like I said, as I come to realize as I was watching it, and as Jackie was saying at the beginning, if just any old Targaryen bastard can become a dragon rider, then what does that mean for him? He's supposed to be, the heir to the Iron Throne. But if this is the case, he's no different than Hugh or the idiot Ulf.
I like Ulf.
He's funny, but good God, he's a blundering idiot.
Yes, he is.
And
yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. I love how they had to talk him into it. Nah, I can't.
My leg, my leg's not healed up.
You got a chance to be
this
a
injury.
god.
So, yeah, he And basically Rainier's, explaining to him that, we need these riders. And she goes, unless you want to fly against Vagar. And then, you don't want to do that, Chase. So, you saw what happened to your brother. This does not, really quarrel his
hatred.
Yeah, he's still angry about it, but, she basically, explains to him,
he's probably put up with a lot in his life.
Yeah.
Because of,
He says as much, And, oh, man, when he calls her out, like, did you think I would have dark hair? Did you think I would favor him when you took Harwin Strong to bed? It's like, good God, kid, you're awful brave.
Yeah, because your mama could have you killed just as easy as she can anybody else.
Yeah. And I was surprised she didn't slap him the way she slapped,
no, old dude?
Yeah, the dude that deserves to be slapped all the time.
Yeah, those words cut pretty deep.
Lord douchebag.
Yeah.
That cut her pretty good because she knows he's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not, nothing he's saying is wrong. But nothing she's saying is wrong either. So, they're at an impasse. We need these dragon riders because we need these dragons.
But is she thinking things through very well?
Well, no.
Because, you see the attitude of the council from a lowborn riding a dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Now, all that would probably change if Corlys Velaryon would just tell them, if Adam is his son, that this is my, bastard son.
Yeah, then he wouldn't be a lowborn no more.
Right.
Good point.
So.
But that opens the door.
That doesn't change Ulf and Hugh. Although they don't know who Hugh's mother is either, because that would change too. So
that opens the door for every one of them, that happens to be able to reclaim a dragon. Or just the fact that, it gets we get real sticky there for the higher lords,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do. And I would say that's why they're so kind of uptight about it.
Yeah, they're trying to protect their
standing.
Whatever. Yeah, they're standing.
Yeah.
And these people could be a legit threat to it.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a legit threat to Rhaenyra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if one of them is a male and was...
Got a strong blood tie to,
Yeah. Then,
trust me, that all this stuff is, and they're doing this, I guess they're laying the foundation in case they ever do the show, but this is laying the foundations for what's called later on in Game of Thrones history, the Blackfyre Rebellions, which is, it happens like after this show ends, but before Game of Thrones show begins, there's another Targaryen civil war called the Blackfyre Rebellions. And that's basically when, at that time, the Targaryen king on his dying bed legitimizes every bastard he has. He legitimizes all of them. And, one of them basically decides, I'm legitimate now. I deserve to be king. And this whole war starts all over again, another civil war between Targaryens.
Because
one of the bastards who got legitimized decided he should be king, not his already legitimate brother. So this is kind of, they're doing a good job of kind of, giving you the framework of what caused the next Targaryen civil war.
They're setting it up so they can do the TV
you hear
show.
You hear about the Blackfyre Rebellions in the actual Game of Thrones book. So this is nothing that I'm spoiling from the Fire and Blood book. This is stuff that people should know if they followed Game of Thrones just any bit little closely.
Yeah, because Neurotic was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But then the next scene, we see Mysaria giving the little note to Alan, and then he takes it to his trusted ship captain.
Now, Alan is the one who got the ships across to the food ships across. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
He's the one so he is the go-to guy on the sea.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. He's the commodore of the sea aside from Corlys.
Yeah, but I mean, there's fishing ships that don't have no flag or nothing on them, so it just looks like just regular fishing vessels.
Yeah, and when they deliver the message, they deliver it in a
fish
pile of fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's like from the Queen.
I don't know. That sounds a little fishy to me.
And did this message make its rounds all the way through King's Landing and Flea Bottom, and
apparently
with no guards picking up on this?
Yeah.
Well, a few of the gold cloaks did, but they were on.
They was in the.
Yeah, they're on her near the side. Because you see at one point, she goes directly to a gold cloak and tells him, what you don't hear, but she tells him something, and they're basically spreading the word.
Oh, I mean, they're probably starving too.
Oh,
they're probably doing a little better than the common people, but still not doing great.
Exactly.
Yeah. They don't want to live off of fish.
They're doing better, but they still don't get to stay in the Red Keep, so they don't get all that.
Little comment about the food that Rhaenyra let through or got through. It's also the blockade that she set up that's starving them to begin with, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and that's something that, small folk don't think that far ahead or that much about it, but it's like, the only
reason thinking of it, she sent us food. Queen was also the one that stopped your food to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, she's playing the long game.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
It's also, it's a classic, movie or show trope. You got
cut off the supply lines.
You always got that overarching kind of like monarch. Most times the evil monarch that's preventing people from having something and then giving it to them in small supply, so that they have to look to that person for this now.
Yeah, so that's kind of what Rhaenyra is doing here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
She's trying to buy some goodwill with them.
And it worked.
Oh, yeah.
It worked perfectly.
Oh, yeah. So then you got, like I said, they're setting up the great meeting. Be at the beach at this time to board these ships.
Yeah.
You feel you're got the blood to claim a dragon.
Yep.
And off, my boy off. He's like, I don't know, my leg's bad. And
they're like, you're going to sit in here and take all these free drinks off of these stories and stuff?
Oh,
You're not. And then he finally takes another drink. Yeah, I'll do it. And they lift him up in the air, and I was like, oh, this idiot's going to get burned to death.
Yeah.
Because he just sounds like he's lying the whole time he ever talks about
it. He says, I'm really not sure if the stories were true or not.
Yeah. I'm just going by what I was told.
Yeah.
Or what I think I remember.
He'd made a life out of retelling those stories and, getting stuff from people because of it. But he wasn't really sure, am I really, or I'm not really sure.
Well, clearly he's something.
Something. But then we go to Hugh, and his wife doesn't want him to go.
No, and this another way we know time has passed, a decent amount of time has passed, is sometime in this time his daughter has...
Yeah, his daughter's passed away. So, and he says, I wasn't able to protect you. I wasn't able to keep our daughter alive. I got to do this. It's our one chance,
Yeah, they'll treat you like a lady.
Yeah, he's like all, if I can do this, you'll be a lady and I'll be a lord and we'll have this. We'll never want for nothing.
Yeah.
Then he goes into the story of his mother, when he says, I never knew my father, but I did know my mother.
Yeah, and for a little backstory on that, just so people understand, because now it's out in the show, but his mother was Sarah Targaryen. By the way, that's Sarah spelled Saera. Very weird way to spell Sarah, but Targaryens always spell their names weird, even if they're just basic names. But his mother was Sarah Targaryen, and she was a daughter of King Jaehaerys. But she was a
free spirit.
Yeah, that's a good way to. That's a nice way to put it.
She was a free spirit.
She was a free spirit. That's a more apt way and more accurate way to say it without dropping the niceties.
Yeah.
So basically,
Jaehaerys wasn't having none of that in his house, I guess.
Jaehaerys was, trying to find her a prince to marry. You're looking at all these different houses, all these different, lords, and, she's basically just sleeping with anybody. And finally he gets fed up with it because she's also just turning down all the people he puts in front of her. So finally he gets fed up and basically banishes her. And she goes to work at a
pleasure house.
Yeah.
Now, wasn't she like...
I couldn't think of what they called it in this world.
Sent to Old Town or something? To study at the Sept? Or...
She was sent there because another one of her sisters was already there. So she was sent there.
Then she just kind of left there, didn't she?
She was... I can't remember if she left or if she spent her time there and when she come back, she hadn't changed at all. Because it's basically, whatever happened, eventually he finally just basically disowned her. And that's when she went to work at a pleasure house. And then eventually she went across the narrow sea and started her own pleasure house.
Yeah. Wasn't the story like people would pay extra to sleep with a
one with silver hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she became a madam and apparently very successful.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful in that business.
Yep.
Like I said,
her own Red Moon house.
Mm-hmm. And it was very successful. But needless to say, that's Hugh's mother. So like I said, Hugh has a direct
So he
line.
is cousins to to Viserys and Daemon.
Yeah. So I guess that would kind of technically make him Rhaenyra's uncle, sort of.
Yeah.
So
Or
yeah,
something like second cousins.
yeah.
First cousin,
I don't know exactly how that works.
Yeah, I think it'd make her his second cousin. I think. Hell, I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, he got a lot of Targaryen blood in him.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. He does. He definitely does.
I like how they give him the look he has. Because if the idiot would have been able to claim the big dragon, I'd have been mad.
Well, I already knew from the book who was claiming what dragon, but
They could have changed it.
And they clearly changed a little bit. And I say a little bit. In the book, Hugh Hammer is just mountain of a man. He's huge, like almost as big as the mountain.
Dang, he ain't nowhere near that big.
Exactly. And I was a little disappointed in that. Which, to be fair, in the Game of Thrones book, Robert is described as being really big.
And he was not.
Yeah, when we saw him in the show, he was not that big. And don't get me wrong, it says in the book, he'd grown fat, but he was still just huge, just mountain of a man, Robert was. In the show, he definitely wasn't. So
I get a Witcher vibe off of him
Hugh. Yeah,
yeah. When I'm
yeah,
watching
definitely.
it,
oh yeah,
I get that Witcher vibe.
he probably would have been a better replacement for Henry Cavill than
This is true.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, he's
We haven't saw Hemsworth as
Hugh's a blacksmith, right?
Yeah.
In King's Landing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be it wouldn't be uncommon for him to be burly.
Yeah, big, strong. He works with his hands and arms, and he's just a strong, big man.
Yeah.
But he's off to the beach.
Yep.
Ignored his wife's warning. She didn't want him to go. He going anyway.
Yeah.
Along with apparently a lot of people, man, way more than I expected
did they
to see.
sneak all them people out.
So
That's what I was.
I guess
well,
the gold cloaks.
The gold cloaks are on their side.
So I guess that was a big part of it.
That being said, that's still a lot of people
Yeah, it's
for
still a lot of
even the
people
gold
trying to
cloaks to
hide.
sneak out.
Yeah, you would think that the crown, somebody would pick up on something, but apparently not.
Yeah, especially with all the rumors going around.
Yeah.
And nobody whisper it to the Master of Whispers. That just...
Yeah, it's all happening
Yeah,
right under his nose, man.
The last 2 episodes has been not a good look for
Loras. Crap at this job.
Yeah. If this would have been Littlefinger or the other one,
Varys.
Varys.
Varys would have known exactly what was happening.
Oh yeah,
they would have knew before we knew on screen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. The Loras is not very good at his job.
but at the beginning of
he seemed to
he
be
was real good at it.
Yeah.
Then he just kind of dropped off. I think he has other stuff on his mind.
Yeah, he's too focused on other things right now.
He's trying to get the
Aegon
king
and
back up.
scared to death of Aemond and
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he thought he was gonna make him the hand.
yeah, and he just
That's what he thought.
insulted and embarrassed him with that whole. You go get my uncle
Yeah, he had the family's interest.
or
at heart.
grandfather. Go get my grandfather, who oddly hasn't answered.
Nobody's
Yeah, not
confiding.
yet.
So that's strange.
The next scene is another Alicent scene. This is her, basically floating in the water, looking up at the sky, looking at the bird. I don't know if that meant anything, but
See, some people are trying to say that the witch uses the birds. That's how she gets all her
yeah,
information.
she's a warg.
Yeah, because she had the owl on her arm and this and that. They're thinking that, she's using the birds to get her information. Because before the dragon scene, you see a bird in the sky first.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely good to lay the groundworks if that's what's going on.
Yeah.
And also, if it's not, then it's just simple as there was a bird flying by. So, it's always good to add stuff like that to where, regular person can just see it and think, oh, it's just a bird and not think nothing about it. But then later on, when you drop the bomb of, this, Alice Rivers is a warg and she was in the bird, then you know why she knows everything.
Yep.
So, laying groundwork. From there, we cut to back to Dragonstone and Rhaenyra watching all the people come off the ships coming up to Dragonstone, and then she goes down to meet them, and that's when we get the mass walkout from the dragon tamers. That's what I'm calling them. I don't know what these people are called. I call them dragon tamers.
Dragon tamers, dragon handlers.
Yeah, that's a better word. Dragon handlers.
They're kind of like cultish kind of people, man. They're like,
very, very much.
Very, like,
I call them zookeepers.
Yeah, but this is like their religion,
Oh yeah.
This is what they get. This is sacrilege or whatever, The dragons are they said the dragons are sacred. That's what they said.
Yeah.
They said these common people.
They're the last magic of old Valyria.
Yeah.
And they say, basically, our order will not take any part in this.
Yep.
And they walk out.
Walk out.
So then she's got to kind of regather herself and then go speak to the masses. Well, the group. I won't call them masses, but there's a fair few people that showed up.
Quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like I said in last week's episode, I would have showed up. Even if I didn't have silver hair. I'm going to try to tame a dragon. I'm probably going to end up dead, but I'm going to try.
She never really mentioned that they could roast to death.
I know.
You ever notice that?
Mm-hmm.
She said, this is dangerous and you may not survive. But she didn't go into details.
Yeah, I was going to say that's as far as
she
went.
She didn't say why you wouldn't survive. The dragon set you on fire, ate you for lunch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that, after rewatching it, I watched it and I had this initial thought, and after rewatching it, I more confirmed my thought was, I wish they would have put somewhere in that scene where she would have gave them the option that, you don't have to do this. If you want to turn and leave now, you can. I wish she would have said that, just because basically the way the show's kind of played her out to be like the good guy in the book. She's not quite as much of a good guy. She's still the good guy in the book, but not as much as a good guy. The show's made her out to be really, really the good guy. So I wish they would just put that line in there somewhere where she would have basically just gave them the option instead of just telling them, this is dangerous and you may not survive, but here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, try it anyway.
Tell them, if you don't want to, we'll send you back home. We'll give you some food.
Well, I would have, just offered to let them, go. Like I said, there's other places other than King's Landing in the area that they can go.
Yeah.
She had 2 dragons that needed riders.
Mm-hmm.
If she lucked out and just got like 2 right off the bat, what's she going to do with the rest of those people?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
What do they have in mind there?
Well, it probably would have just stayed there in case somebody died and just see if they can put them back on there. They knew of 2 dragons that they needed, but there's a couple other ones there that they could have attempted with.
Oh yeah, you got Sheep Stealer. You also got another dragon that I doubt the show's even gonna mention or anything, because the book he's just barely mentioned. But Grey Ghost, and that's basically a dragon that is very shy to people. It avoids people at like all cost, and basically it likes fish, so you primarily only see it flying over the water, snatching up its food, and then it flies away, and no man ever gets close enough to even try to tame it because it just won't let them. So you got that dragon, then obviously you've got the cannibal, which
nobody even tries.
No, nobody's taming the cannibal. He has the name the Cannibal for a reason. So yeah, there's technically still right now two other dragons that could be tamed, but
you got upwards of, let's say, 30 people there. What was the plans afterwards? Ship them back?
Like I said,
you can't send them back.
Nah, I'd say more likely just let them go. And I don't know why I can't think of the actual towns around Dragonstone, but just let them go live at one of those places.
No, that might be the case, yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, you got a whole lot of Targaryen bastard blood there right in front of you. Every one of them could be a problem. I'm just wondering what her intention was.
Like I said, they're laying the foundation for the Blackfire rebellions. making it so if they ever do that show, people would understand.
And she calls up Vermithor.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd they start with Vermithor?
Because that's the biggest one they needed to ride.
Yeah, that's the main one she wanted to ride her for.
And maybe try it first with the smaller, nicer dragon.
Well, yeah.
You would think, but
she's wanting power now.
It's clear that she honestly does not care if these people live or die.
No, I don't think she does.
And I'd say especially once she watched, Stephen Darkland get roasted, it kind of, we're in it now. It's like if I let him, the leader of my Kingsguard, get roasted, then what is some, small folk?
So you march the 30 of them out there to the pits and do the call.
Yeah, like we talked about before, she didn't sing a song or nothing like that. She just called him up.
In High Valerian.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. And that's something also, I don't know what language they decided to make High Valerian, but it sounds so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know, maybe it's the roll of the tongue with the way the words are pronounced, but it's just a cool language. And I don't know what language that is. I'm assuming it's probably a real language. They just call it Valerian.
No, they probably made the whole thing up just for the show. In fact, I'm pretty sure they did. And that harkens back to Lord of the Rings when J.R.R. Tolkien did the same thing with the High Elvish language. Created the whole thing just for the books.
They had a language person come in and do it for him. Just like on Star Trek, Klingon.
The whole Klingon is an actual functional language.
Yep.
But calls him up in High Valerian, which he comes. Man, that scene's awesome when he just comes out of the darkness. And man, Vermithor is huge. Well, they call him the Bronze Fury.
Oh yeah, yeah. And this is where I was talking earlier. Well, not exactly. So we'll get there. Basically, she calms Vermithor down and basically tells him, tells all the people, you have to let the dragon speak, and that's when she leaves. She gets out of Dodge.
Well, she does say who will be first.
Yeah, and
so we get White Danny. I didn't know he had a name, man, until I was doing some research on it. White Danny.
Yeah. I had no clue till you told me that.
Yeah, White Danny. What was wrong with his face, man? There's some weird stuff going on there.
That's his actual face. Because people were making fun of it on there, like, that's really what a Targaryen should look like from all the inbreeding. But it comes to find out, that was the actor's real face.
Oh, well, yeah, White Danny, I don't know why he walked up first, but he was scared to death.
And he comes from the back of the line, too.
Yeah.
He had a better chance of living in the back.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't want to be one of them that didn't have a dragon.
There wasn't even a head nod like he did with, Sea Smoke did with Sir Darkland. It wasn't even like a maybe. It's like, no.
Yeah, you're not going to work, and nobody else is either.
Yeah,
but in all this, Rhaenyra and her dudes done fled the area.
Yep.
It's like, well, let's see how this goes.
And like I said, this is where my just a small little gripe comes from, is when Vermithor roasts them. When Sea Smoke did it, I understood why they basically burned to death. Sea Smoke's he's not a young dragon, but he's not a super old dragon. Vermithor is old. Vermithor's fire should be hot enough.
I may have a theory on that one.
These people, the people that got hit at the immediate brunt of it, not the people that got set on fire kind of in the background, but the people in the front, when they got hit by that, there's no screaming in agony. They're just instantly dead. That fire's hot enough that they roast and basically their insides cook instantly. They're just dead.
Oh yeah, basically ash. I mean, they're like reduced to ash in seconds.
Yeah. I mean, not quite. If Vagar did it, then they should definitely be just turned to ash instantly. But with Vermithor, if they're not turned to ash instantly, like I said, the people that got hit in the direct line of the fire, to me, should have been just dead instantly. No flailing around, screaming.
I got a theory on that one.
What is it?
Well, Vermithor could have did that if he wanted to. I think maybe they can control the heat of their fire, and he don't like his stuff well done.
That's a good possibility.
I had never even thought about that. You could be right.
He just wanted to brown him up a bit first.
That, or
And
he
did.
sensed that he had somebody in there and just didn't want to set everybody on fire.
I think I don't think so, because later on I think is why Hugh managed to get Vermithor.
Yeah.
Well, he showed.
Before he done that, I think Vermithor would have ate him too.
Oh, yeah. If he would have been just running around like the rest, he definitely would have got eaten.
At full power, yeah, he should have been able to reduce him to ash probably.
And
but I think probably he just wanted to, get his dinner done.
He didn't want it well done like some people like their steaks.
Right.
Yeah.
I want a little bit of blood in it.
So he got him, prepped for mealtime.
Yeah. So, yeah. And watching
by White Danny.
watching the scene, it was one of those, we had the conversation when Sea Smoke roasted Darkland where, Jackie was like, well, I wanted him to eat them, not just roast them.
Oh, yeah.
And so then when I'm watching Vermithor, eat these people, I'm like, oh, Jackie's loving this.
Yeah.
His dragon is just snatching people up and eating them.
I was like, yeah, man, he ate so many of them.
Yeah. He somehow or another didn't touch Ulf, though. He just kind of knocked Ulf off the pedestal.
Yeah, well, Ulf is one of those people who bumble everything but is amazingly lucky enough not to die.
Yeah.
But while this is all going on, Rhaenyra is up watching the whole show, and does she seem like terribly upset? It's more like,
no.
Well, that shit didn't work.
This is what I was saying earlier, is she basically really doesn't care whether these people live or die.
Oh my God, this is horrible carnage. It's like, damn, I was really hoping one of them would make it.
Yeah. Now I got to do it all over again.
Running out of options, too, because
Vermithor's
eating all of them.
Yeah. To me, that was what was on her mind was, I'm running out of options.
Meanwhile, like they said, just clearly picking them up, tossing them in the air, chunking down on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. See, that's what should have happened to the last dude. But no.
I preferred the way it happened.
Well, Sea Smoke didn't want to chip her teeth on that armor.
Well, they had a couple of other ones that didn't have armor on.
A good point.
Because that one dude broke out the dragon glass dagger and slit his throat.
Yep.
Which, you never heard of anybody using a dragon glass dagger until Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you wonder.
Well, I mean,
why they carried them.
They were clearly used. Well, I mean, these guys, they probably,
it's like a religious group, man. So it's probably just a thing. Probably way back in history, they had them for a certain reason to defend against certain things, but that got lost over time.
I'm about to say it's in the caves at Dragonstone. That's where John finds this stuff. Finds out.
Remember at the Feast of the First Men, they find all those dragon glass daggers there.
Yeah.
So by the time you get up to Rhaenyra's people, it's just a tradition to have them. But probably way back there, they had them to defend against whites.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But we get to the point where, Hugh basically makes what looks like it's going to be his sacrifice.
Yeah, so he goes to the one guy, he has running with a woman or something.
Well, he goes and hides behind a rock, and there's already a woman hiding behind the rock.
Yeah, he tells her to be quiet.
Yeah, he basically tells her to be quiet, and then when they both go to run, Vermithor sees them, and that's when he pushes her out of the way, and then when he he gets knocked to the side, when he kind of gets up, he sees that Vermithor's going to eat her. So that's when he starts yelling at Vermithor, like, hey, over here.
Yeah, he's standing there basically like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Over here, you stupid lizard.
He even yells at him,
he
come on.
He's as good as dead. Yeah, and when Vermithor doesn't immediately like roast him and eat him, he's like screaming at him, like, come on then.
Yeah.
Because he knew he was going to die and he was ready for it. He didn't want him to wait.
And that's when Vermithor just kind of calms down, looks at him. If he hadn't have done... Vermithor found the guy that said, yeah, you'll do. I like you. You got a set.
And you got the queen standing up there in the background watching it all.
Mm-hmm.
You see her up there.
Oh, yeah. And I love the look on Hugh's face when he...
Oh yeah, man. When he realizes, I'm not going to die, and...
This is my dragon.
All right.
Yeah. That look on his face is like, Mm-hmm. Then that look on his face. Also, I read some other things from the look on that face that we'll play on later. But maybe Hugh's not quite the guy we thought he was. But anyway, not quite the nice guy we thought he was. How I should say that.
Well, now time will have to tell on that. Well, it all depends. You sometimes you're a nice guy till
something happens.
You can't be a nice guy no more.
Yeah.
We don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah, so, we get that. And, we get the look on Rainier's face of kind of, okay. And it looks like she doesn't exactly know what to think. And then she kind of gets like a smile right at the end. And then we cut to...
Meanwhile, Ulf is running for his life.
Yeah, he's bumbling around through the caves. It's like, is this really the best idea? I mean, this is a dragon's den.
Yeah,
you got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'd have been looking for light.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been running deeper into the cave. But, he runs and he finds a big opening.
Steps in something gross.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't something gross. He stepped in
a clutch of dragon eggs.
Clutch of dragon eggs.
Yep. Which immediately, man, I'm thinking, it's probably going to get off killed, isn't it?
That's what I was thinking. I was
a little confused. You hear this rumble behind him when he picks his foot up and it's all gooey.
Yep.
And you hear this rumble and you see the shadow move behind him.
You could already see the dragon before he stepped on the clutch of eggs.
Oh, I'd have to go back and look again.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And he can hear it behind him.
Yeah, see right there? You can see. I'm showing him a still image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now on that scene right there, he drops the
torch
right there beside the eggs. Now, Neurotic said, maybe that was one of the reasons why the dragon picked him, because he knew that the eggs would have to be near heat, and he provided the heat after stepping through there, or when he backed up and fell through. I'm hoping it was the black stuff they used.
No, that was dragon shit. Yeah.
Well, I was trying not to hope it was that. Then he got covered.
That's what I took it as being.
I took it as dragon piss.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Either way, it was some form of
it was
bodily fluid from the dragon.
And then
probably.
Maybe it smelled him and was like, oh, it's not human. Got a dragon smell to it. That's why. That's why he got picked.
I'll tell you what, maybe just me. Silverwing looks like Silverwing looked way more fierce than I was expecting her to.
Well, she's old.
Oh, I understand that, but she's kind of described as being more of a docile dragon.
Not one of the nicer ones, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as a dragon can be nice.
Yeah.
So,
And
she nudges him like,
just
you're kind of cool.
Yeah.
You're funny.
But if, just going just on how Silverwing looks, she looks like a fierce, mean dragon.
Mm-hmm.
She's not, clearly, but she looks the part.
She's probably roasted a few armies in her life.
Oh, yeah, she has. Because, she's almost as old as Vermithor.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She's definitely, she's seen some battle in her time.
Mm-hmm.
And for some odd reason, she picks Ulf. Like, oh my God.
You have all the ones, well, they really wasn't much left to pick from.
No. The rest of them were like lunch.
I'd say this is probably one of the first people that's wandered back into her territory other than the
dragon handler people.
Yeah, the dragon handlers. So maybe it was just I haven't seen a white-haired person in a while. You want to go for a ride? So, yeah. Then we cut back to King's Landing and a small council meeting. And they're trying to talk, and you can hear in the background people screaming, Dragon, get inside, take cover. And
now, when you heard that, man, which dragon? You knew you was going to see one because you can hear the crowd hollering dragon.
I fully expected Vermithor.
I totally thought I was going to see Vermithor.
I was not expecting it to be Silverwing.
I didn't expect the idiot up there screaming and trying to hold
but laughing the whole time.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Having the time of his life, barely staying in the saddle. Did Rainier, what do y'all think? Did Rainier send him out there?
Yeah. I believe so, yeah. I think that her whole plan was to try to lure Vagar back.
I don't know if she sent him out there or not.
Why would you send Ulf?
She doesn't know yet how much of a blundering idiot Ulf is.
How'd you send
She couldn't
Ulf?
look at him and tell how big of a blundering idiot
I would have
he was.
sent Adam on Sea Smoke.
That's who I would have sent.
But you send, maybe she's thinking, hey, man, maybe she's thinking I send Ulf, and, if he don't make it, it's just Ulf. But then you lose Silverwing.
I was going to say, in my opinion, though, myself, I wouldn't send anybody. I don't want them knowing yet that I've got riders from my dragons.
Man, you made a bad show in there.
That's why I don't think she sent him.
Because
she still had the soot and smoke on her from the fire down there.
I think maybe, you know what? Maybe it wasn't Ulf that went. Maybe it was Silverwing that went, and Ulf was just along for the ride.
Well, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
He can't control her.
definitely could have been. But the reason I was thinking it was her, I was thinking that she was trying to lure Vagar into a trap, and Aemon just didn't let it happen.
Well, I would almost think that if them two wasn't new dragon riders.
Yeah.
True.
Because they don't know any of the commands
it definitely would have been a bad idea. It would have been a terrible plan, and Aemon, veers away. I do believe that, considering those two are new dragon riders, and even Adam on Sea Smoke is relatively new, I believe Vagar probably would have took them all. Now, don't get me wrong, Vermithor is the Bronze Fury. So even with a rider who's not experienced, Vermithor could take over and probably do some damage. But, I don't know. I kind of feel like Vagar probably could have took them. But Aemon didn't want to find out.
Go there.
Oh, yeah. Vagar definitely thought, I can take these. Look at these puny dragons.
Now that I think about it more, I say Silverwing made that flight. Ulf didn't have anything to do with it.
I don't think he had any control over that one.
Hey, you could be right. Like I said, we have no clue. Like I said, first opinion, I thought that, she may have sent them, but
now
if she did, it was a terrible plan, so she probably didn't.
I thought so too, but now I'm thinking, like you said, she's still got soot and stuff on her face. This is happening just after they've claimed those dragons.
Oh yeah, there's no planning went on or anything.
As soon as Silverwing hit the air, that's where she went.
Yeah.
And Ulf was just riding.
Or Ulf took him there just so he could fly by and let everybody see him.
He would have that kind of personality.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's got to let all the small folk know. I am a dragon rider. I told you bitches I'm a dragon rider.
I need them free drinks when I come back.
Yeah. Now, dragon's not quite as easy to ride as he probably expected.
Thought it was, yeah. Well, how do you like the fact that they had to get a horse, ride out of the castle, ride all the way out to wherever Vagar was.
Yeah, because he's so friggin' big.
Yeah, Vagar's,
he can't stay in the pit down there.
Yeah, he's way too big for the dragon pit. Which, that should have told them right then, right there, that, maybe this dragon pit's not a good idea. Because the dragons can't grow large enough because of this dragon pit.
Yep.
It's like, look how big Vagar is. We either need a way bigger pit, or, more likely, don't keep dragons tied up.
That makes you wonder, man. How we haven't seen Sheep Stealer yet, but it lives in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
So how big could it be?
It's, but as described in the book, it's not a huge dragon, but it's also not very old. It's big for its age because it
lives on the outside.
Yeah, because it's free roaming and basically kind of like Drogon.
Eats whenever it
wants. So Drogon got relatively big for its age. So yeah. None of them still compare to Vagar. Man, when you see Vagar dip out of the clouds, it's just like, good
they
God,
really
that's
do
a big
job
dragon.
on Vagar showing just how old the dragon's got. That big thing hanging on its neck, and its skin just looks old.
That's what everybody said. It looked like a flying turtle.
Yeah.
All the skin hanging down.
Yeah,
and everything.
so you really get an idea that this dragon's really old.
Like I said, I don't understand why these young dragons can't outmaneuver that big dragon.
Oh, they probably could. But once he gets a hold of it, it's over.
Yeah.
They can definitely outmaneuver them, but if there's inclement weather or anything like that, then that really hinders their movement. It's like it's like a football player on a wet, damp field. It really changes what you can and can't do.
And you really get the impression from Vagar, it likes killing.
Oh yes. Well, again, Vagar came across the narrow sea with, Aegon the Conqueror. So, between Balerion the Black Dread, Vhagar, and I can't think of the other dragon's name.
Don't know.
I know it, but I can't think of it. Anyway, those 3 dragons, when they came over, that's what they did. They killed a lot of people with those dragons. No, obviously Vhagar didn't do quite as much killing as Balerion, but
you definitely get the impression, this thing likes to kill.
Yes.
It likes the fight.
But needless to say, Aemond is smart enough to be like, nah, this is not a fight I want to take.
Yeah,
even though I think Vhagar would have won the fight, don't take no chances. So he veers away, and
of course that might have been their one opportunity right there.
That's why I said that I thought that was her plan to try to lure him in. But at the same time, she's not even on her dragon at the time. So if it was her plan, it's a poor plan.
That was a complete mistake.
Yeah.
It is a good sight though when you see him veer away.
Oh yeah,
and he looks
and
back.
that final scene was, with her standing on the edge of the whatever she's standing on,
smirk on her face.
Yeah, and got the 3 dragons in the background. So yeah, great ending to it.
And as we started off the podcast by saying, probably the best episode yet.
Oh, by far, yeah, by far.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Out of a very good season.
Oh yeah.
And we'll be still doing the special tomorrow.
Yep. We'll be watching the episode
this one is
live.
so good. I keep forgetting there's one more, man.
Well, no, remember Game of Thrones?
I know.
The second to the last one was always the best one.
I mean, this one ended like you could have stopped the season right there.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm glad they're not though.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So definitely looking forward to that.
And next week's episode is going to be the longest episode yet. So, yeah.
Can't wait.
See, man, you got that anticipation.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yep.
I didn't have it at first. I was like, I could care less if I watch it or not. That's why I got at the end of season 1. I was like, I never even finished watching it.
Yeah. Now, as of right now, this episode is not quite as highly rated as episode 4 was.
Really?
Yeah. It's a 9 out of 10 on IMDb, where episode 4 was a 9.5 out of 10.
Well, personally, I think this is the best one so far.
That's me.
This one, I think it is too, but this one, I guess, didn't have quite the emotional pull that the battle between Meleese and
Vhagar.
Well, you had dragons fighting in, so it's going to bump up your numbers some.
Well, it's the first time you got to see some real, and then you got the loss of Rhaenys and Meleese. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows what's coming in this one?
Whole lot of bloodshed. And that's what I'm there for.
Oh, there's going to be some blood. There's going to be some death.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some death, some destruction. Give me fire, give me what that I desire.
As we've said, this episode will be dropping on Saturday, early Saturday morning. And the season finale Sunday night, we will be dropping a pod directly. Well, I say directly after. We'll be recording the pod directly after the episode. It'll probably drop around midnight.
Yeah.
Depending
on, how long we talk, which could be a while.
Depends. We may just do a quick recap on that one. So.
We may do a quick one. It may be a long one. Who knows?
We never. Oh, well, look.
It won't be quite as long as this one.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll go 2 hours. But, yeah.
But, shortly. We'll be back with you shortly.
Yep. And on a parting note, some people may not care, but go Team USA. I've been watching the Olympics like crazy. It's basically all I've done since they kicked off. So, yeah. Go USA. Later.